Hey you! Don't watch that! Watch this! This is the heavy monster sound! The nuts sound around. Okay, so we are continuing from the last video when we were adding and subtracting directed numbers. With this video, however, we will still have the number line, but our numbers will look a bit different. Alright, so just to recap what we did last class, we noticed that to the right we are increasing or we are adding, and to the left if we're going to the left of 0, we are subtracting. So left of 0 we are decreasing, well, going in that direction we are decreasing or subtracting, and going to the right of 0 or in that direction we're increasing or adding. Okay, let's say we have something like 3 minus 4. We're going to start with 3, and we're going to, because we're subtracting 4 from 3, we're going to the left 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, and your answer will be -1. All right. Now today our numbers will look a bit different. So in adding and directed numbers, they can show up a lot like this. The numbers and their directions are contained in a bracket, and the operation that we're doing is stuck between them. So we have +4 being subtracted from +3. All right. Now the first thing that we have to do is we have to try to get rid of a lot of these signs. So we have here that this negative sign is next to this positive sign from the +4. All right. And if you remember in algebra, in mathematics, when you have something like this where you have 3x or 3 times x, the 3 is multiplying the x. So whenever something is next to another thing in mathematics, it can be representing multiplication. With that being said, we look here and we see that this negative sign is next to this positive sign from +4. We can actually multiply these two directions to get our resulting direction. And the rules we use is the same rules from multiplying and dividing directed numbers. Whereas once the signs are the same, your result will be positive. And if the signs are different, then it means that your result will be negative. And remember, this works for division as well. So the same principle applies here. When the signs are the same, we are going to have a positive number. When the signs are different, we're going to have a negative number. So we have this negative sign together with this positive sign, and negative by a positive will give you a negative result. So now we have combined the signs, and this looks a lot like how they looked in our first video. So we're going to start with +3, which is right here, and we're going to the left 4 times. So this is the same thing we did over here actually. So we started with +3 and we go to the left 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, and our answer is -1. Let's do some examples to get acquainted with how these look like this. Okay, alright, so let's suppose you have -5, subtract +3. So we're taking +3 from -5. What we do is we combine two of these signs using the rule for multiplying and dividing directed numbers. A negative multiplied by a positive will give you a negative result. So therefore, those two signs combine to give you a negative sign. So you're going to have -5 subtract 3. And that means we're going to start with -5. And because we're subtracting 3, we're going to the left 3 times. We don't have it fully on our number line, but let's see if we can find the answer. We're starting from -5 and we're going to the left direction 3 times. Once is -6, twice will be -7, and the third time will be -8. So therefore our answer for this one is -8. Let's go again. Okay, so suppose we have something like this. -1 subtract -3. So we're subtracting -3 from -1. These two signs combine, a negative by a negative. Once these signs are the same, your result is going to be positive. So you're going to have -1 plus 3. So we're starting with -1 And because we're adding 3, we're going to the right direction 3 times. 1, 2, 3. So your answer is positive 2. Okay? Alright, let's try another one. Suppose we have negative 6 plus negative 4. So we're adding two negative numbers. We're adding negative 6, negative 4. We take these two signs here. We put them together using the multiplication and division rule for directed numbers. A positive and a negative together will give you a negative. So you're going to have negative 6 minus negative 4. Okay? And so that means you're going to start with negative 6 and you're going to go to the left 4 times. So you're going to have negative 6. 1 time is negative 7, negative 8, negative 9, negative 10. So the answer for this one is negative 10. Suppose you had one like this, negative 2. You're subtracting from that negative 2. So we're subtracting negative 2 from negative 2. Let's see where that goes. A negative by a negative will give you a positive. So you're going to have negative 2 plus 2. So we're starting with negative 2 up here. And because we're adding 2, we're going to the right 2 times. 1, 2. So the answer is 0. Alright? Alright, last one before you try. We're going to have negative 1 plus positive 3. Okay? Now, 2 positives are here. And 2 positives together will give you a positive. Remember, when the signs are the same, your result is positive. So you're starting from negative 1 and you're adding 3 to it. Starting from negative 1 and we're adding 3, so we're going to the right direction 3 times. 1, 2, 3. So our answer there is 2. Yeah. And that's basically it. I'm going to give you some to try now, and you can use the number line to assist you. Alright, so I want you to work these out. Pause the video, and then we're going to work them out together. With this one, you're going to get these two signs combined to give you a negative sign. So you're going to get 5 minus 6, which will give you negative 1. For this one, these two signs combine to give you a negative 4. So you're going to get 4 minus 4, which is 0. Alright? For two of these, this first one will combine to give you a positive 6. So negative 6 plus 6 is 0. And this last one, a positive and a negative will combine to give you a negative 5. So 0 minus 5 is negative 5. And that is how we do these.